Army wrath. Jungkook was blamed for a trifle? What's that? In the fast-paced world of entertainment, one small gesture from an idol can turn into a huge storm on social media. That's how BTS's Jungkook, the Golden Magne, recently returned to the spotlight, not because of his incredible achievements, but because of something that many people even consider trivial. But for some reason, that little thing actually set the virtual world on fire, and ARMY, the loyal fans of BTS, did not stand still. They are angry because the idol is considered unfairly attacked. It all started with a short video posted on social media. Jungkook appeared to be at a casual event with some of his fellow artists and production crew. In the footage, which lasts less than 3 seconds, Jungkook appears to be smiling and making spontaneous movements, something that actually looks natural and funny. However, in an internet era full of free interpretations, that little moment was misinterpreted by some social media users. Some accounts began to accuse Jungkook of being disrespectful. Some even wrote that his attitude was inappropriate for a global idol. Negative comments sprung up quickly, and in a matter of hours, Jungkook's name immediately rose in the world's trending topics. Unfortunately, not because of new awards or musical achievements, but because of accusations that are considered unreasonable. The ARMY, which had always stood behind Jungkook, immediately responded with force. They considered the accusation excessive, especially considering that Jungkook is known as a figure who is always careful in behaving in public. Many fans defended by bringing evidence of various other moments in which Jungkook actually showed a polite and empathetic attitude. There are clips of him helping the crew drop tools, moments when he bends 90 degrees to staff, to scenes where Jungkook humbly apologizes even though it's not his fault. All of this serves as proof that Jungkook is not the one to blame for just one spontaneous movement that was misinterpreted, but behind the anger of the ARMY, there is also another side of this touching story. Many fans were frustrated that Jungkook always seemed to be an easy target in the Korean and international entertainment world. Every step, no matter how small, is always noticed, dissected, and criticized. In many interviews, Jungkook has admitted that the pressure of being himself is not an easy thing. He knows that his every action can be newsworthy, even if it's as trivial as the way he laughs, dresses, or talks. "Sometimes I'm afraid to be myself," Jungkook said in an interview a few years ago. "Because I know, anything I do can be misinterpreted." Those words now feel so relevant to the situation that is happening. ARMY, who knows the sincere side of Jungkook, feels sad to see his idol attacked again for no apparent reason. They have been posting hashtags like #WeStandWithJungkook and #RespectJungkook on Twitter and Instagram. In less than an hour, the hashtag was trending in more than 20 countries, including South Korea, the United States, and Indonesia. Thousands of messages of support flooded social media, and many of them highlighted how unfair the entertainment world is to a figure like Jungkook, who always gives his best but continues to be found guilty. On the other hand, some local media tried to take advantage of this situation to attract public attention. They write sensational titles without regard to the actual context, thus adding heat to the atmosphere. But interestingly, in the midst of the chaos, Jungkook actually chose to remain silent. He did not give any statements, nor did he write clarifications. "It's like I'm tired of the endless drama." For many fans, Jungkook's reticence was a slap in the face to his haters. They considered that Jungkook's calmness was not a sign of defeat, but a proof of maturity. He knows when to speak and when to be silent. Jungkook doesn't need to defend himself, because his actions so far have spoken, wrote one of the biggest fan sites on Twitter. Even so, this issue reopens a long-standing conversation about how K-pop idols are often not given the space to be ordinary people. They are expected to be perfect at all times, not to mispronounce, not to misstep, not even to misrepresent. And when they do something a little beyond expectations, the public immediately drops a verdict. Jungkook's case is just one of many examples of how public pressure can be so cruel. But the difference is how the ARMY united to protect his idol. They defend not only with emotions, but also with logic and evidence. Many fanbase accounts educate the public about the context of the video, showing a cut of the clip intact, as well as explaining that there is nothing inappropriate as alleged. In a short time, public opinion began to turn around. Many eventually realized that everything was just a big misunderstanding. Although the storm began to subside, the emotional wounds for fans and Jungkook were still felt. Many ARMY wrote that they wished Jungkook hadn't read the malicious comments, as they knew Jungkook was a sensitive and perfectionist type. He always wanted to make everyone happy, but the world kept demanding it, an Indonesian ARMY man wrote on platform X. Interestingly, a few days after the incident, Jungkook appeared on his live broadcast with a calm face as usual. He smiled, greeted the fans, and although he didn't mention the incident directly, his line felt like a veiled message. "I just want everyone to be happy today," she said quietly with a smile. The simple sentence seemed to confirm that he did not want to repay hatred with hatred. He chose to remain himself, a gentle, strong, and wise Jungkook in the midst of pressure, and from there, this story went from being just an internet drama to a deeper reflection. About how society is too quick to judge, about how the entertainment world forces a person to be perfect, and about how true love from fans can be the strongest shield against hatred. Jungkook may be blamed for small things, but the way he deals with them reveals something much bigger: the calmness of a man who is used to being misunderstood, but still chooses not to lose his kindness. And for ARMY, that's the reason they'll always stand by him, because they know, behind the stage lights and the smiles he puts on, there's a human being who's learning to be strong, even when the world's a mess about something small that shouldn't matter. But this story does not stop there. After a storm of criticism and massive defense from the ARMY, one thing emerged that made the public uproar again: how Jungkook could still smile in the midst of all that pressure. Many wonder, how can someone who is attacked, slandered, and made fun of on the internet still look at the camera with the same shady eyes? As if nothing had happened. But that is precisely where Jungkook's real strength lies. He does not fight with words, but with calm. A few days later, a staff member who had worked with Jungkook backstage revealed something that touched the hearts of the fans. He said, when the incident went viral, Jungkook kept coming to training as usual. No anger, no complaints. But before he started rehearsals, he sat down for a while and said quietly, "I hope they know I didn't mean anything." That simple sentence instantly spread in the ARMY community and made many people cry.